A headline says the World Cup champion wins $50 million. You picture the player splitting that money. You're wrong. Almost none of that $50 million goes where you think it goes. Here's exactly where it actually ends up. Every 4 years, the same headline runs. World Cup champion wins $50 million. And every 4 years, most people assume the same thing, that the players just got rich. That assumption is almost completely wrong, and the real path that money takes is far stranger, far more bureaucratic, and far more revealing about how international sports actually works than anyone tells you. There are 6 separate stops that $50 million makes before the story is over. Most fans have only ever heard about one of them. Stop 1. The federation gets it first. FIFA does not write a check to any player, not the captain, not the top scorer, not the goalkeeper who made the championship save. Every dollar of that $50 million goes directly to the winning country's National Football Federation, the governing organization, not the team. From that point forward, FIFA's involvement in where the money goes is finished. What happens to it next depends entirely on internal decisions made by that one federation, decisions that are rarely public. This single fact is most likely affecting how you've understood every World Cup prize headline you've ever read. Stop 2. The player bonus pool. This is the part most fans assume is the whole story, and it's usually a minority slice. Federations typically set aside somewhere between 20 and 30% of the prize money for player and staff bonuses, though some run as high as 50%. On a $50 million prize, that range works out to somewhere between $10 and $25 million, collectively split across an entire 23 to 26-man roster, coaching staff included. Real examples. France's federation reportedly paid players roughly $586,000 each after winning in 2022. Germany's federation promised a flat $407,000 bonus per player after their 2014 win. This directly affects every player on a World Cup roster who has ever wondered why their actual bonus check looked nothing like the headline number. Stop 3. The coaching and support staff cut. The player bonus pool almost never means only the 11 players on the field. Coaches, medical staff, video analysts, and federation support personnel are typically included in that same 20 to 30% bucket. That means the headline player bonus figure is already being divided among a group that can run 40 to 50 people deep, not just the 23-man roster fans picture. For a federation distributing $15 million in bonuses across 50 people, that's an average of $300,000 each, before accounting for the fact that distributions are rarely equal, and senior staff and star players typically receive a larger individual share. This is most likely affecting your mental math every time you've divided a bonus pool by jersey numbers alone. Stop 4. Development and academy reinvestment. Here is the stop that gets almost no headline coverage at all, and it's frequently the single biggest use of the money. After player and staff bonuses, a large share of the remaining prize money typically funds youth academies, coaching certification programs, training facility upgrades, and grassroots development. For federations that retain 50 to 70% of a $50 million prize for these purposes, that's $25 to $35 million going into infrastructure that won't show results for a decade. This money funds the youth pipeline that produces the next generation of players. The version of this same headline is run in 2034 and 2038. This is most directly affecting any 12-year-old in that country currently training at a federation-funded academy, whether they know it or not. Stop 5. The hidden $355 million pool. This one isn't even part of the $50 million headline, and almost nobody outside the industry knows it exists. Separate from national team prize money, FIFA distributes $355 million directly to professional clubs through something called the Club Benefits Program. This fund compensates the clubs, Real Madrid, Manchester City, your local MLS team, for releasing their players to go play for their home countries during the tournament. It is completely separate from any national federation's prize money and has nothing to do with who wins the trophy. This is most directly affecting every professional club around the world that had a player called up to a World Cup roster this summer, whether that country won a single match or not. Stop 6. For smaller nations, it's not a bonus, it's the budget. This last stop has nothing to do with the $50 million champion at all. It's about the other 47 teams. Every qualified nation is guaranteed a minimum payout, reported roughly $12.5 million, simply for qualifying and competing. For dozens of smaller football federations, that guaranteed payment is larger than their entire annual operating budget. This single tournament appearance can fund an entire federation's coaching programs, travel, and facilities for years, regardless of whether the team wins a single match. This is most directly affecting every smaller football nation that qualified for this World Cup for the first time in their history. Here's a scene that almost never makes the highlight reel. A small federation official opening a wire transfer notification worth more than their entire country's football budget for the past 5 years combined, for a team that didn't win a single game. Here's what all 6 of these stops have in common. The $50 million World Cup prize is real money. It just makes 6 stops before the story most people imagine actually happens. Players get a slice, staff get a slice, academies get the biggest slice most fans never hear about. And for dozens of smaller nations, simply showing up changed their entire football budget for years. Next time a headline throws a huge number at you, pause before you finish the sentence in your head. The real story is almost always in the stops nobody mentions.